We are living through the single biggest transformation of human civilization, and most people are sleepwalking through it. The world isn't just changing, it's mutating, accelerating, reorganizing itself in real time. Everyone says the world is changing. Everyone feels like things are getting crazy. But have you ever stopped and really asked yourself, how true is that? And what does it actually mean? It means this: the world you will grow old in is not the world you grew up in. The systems that shaped your childhood will not shape your future. The institutions you took for granted are becoming obsolete. The normal you thought was stable was never stable at all. And if you want to survive and actually thrive in this new world, you must be able to update your worldview. You must stop fearing change and learn to embrace it. Because yes, all of this is scary, but it's also incredibly exciting. Because the old world wasn't actually healthy. It had corruption baked into it. It had incentives that rewarded manipulation. It allowed human greed to run unchecked. Not because humans are evil, but because humans have the capacity for corruption. All of us do. You, me, everyone. You can't eliminate human nature, but you can design systems that keep corruption in check. People love arguing about political systems: capitalism versus socialism, left versus right, liberty versus control, democracy versus authoritarianism. But almost no one realizes the deeper truth. The system that shapes human behavior isn't politics, it's money. Money is the foundation, the substrate, the operating system underneath civilization. Money determines how we behave, how we cooperate, how wars get funded, how families function, how governments operate, how societies rise or fall, and what incentives guide us as a species. And our money, the US dollar, is fundamentally broken. We've always accepted the dollar as a given, as if it's simply how things are, but it's not. The dollar used to be backed by gold, tied to something real, grounded in the laws of physics. But in 1971, that anchor was cut. And after that, money became completely disconnected from reality. Now, governments and central banks can print infinite dollars without consequence, without cost, without limit. And when you detach money from physical reality, you detach humanity from the consequences of its actions, which is how you end up with endless wars, endless spending, endless debt, endless corruption, endless societal decay, and a world that feels like it's spinning out of control. If you couldn't simply print money, you couldn't fund war so easily. You couldn't manipulate society so easily. You couldn't buy political power so easily. You'd be forced to explore other paths: cooperation, dialogue, creativity, peace. Most Bitcoiners don't worship money. We don't care about getting rich. We care about truth, integrity, human flourishing, natural order. We simply discovered that the foundation of society, money, has been corrupted. And once you see that truth, you can't unsee it, because you realize most of the chaos we're experiencing today is downstream of a broken money system. Inflation, censorship, division, authoritarian creep, collapse of trust, a society drifting toward madness. It all traces back to money being severed from reality. But here's the beautiful part: there is a solution, a real one, alive today. There exists a system that cannot be printed, cannot be manipulated, cannot be censored, cannot be inflated, cannot be corrupted, cannot be controlled by any human, cannot be influenced by greed or power. This is what Henry Ford predicted decades ago: an energy-backed currency that aligns with physics, reality, and truth. That system is here. That system is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not run by bankers or politicians. It is run by math, by thermodynamics, by energy, by code that no one can alter. It is incorruptible. It is neutral. It is grounded in universal law. It takes human greed and instead of rewarding corruption, it redirects it into cooperation. It rewires incentives so that long-term thinking is profitable. Cooperation is profitable. Integrity and efficiency are profitable. Truth is profitable. Bitcoin isn't just money, it's a civilizational upgrade. Whether you're ready or not, whether you understand it or not, we are entering a digital world. And in a digital world, digital money is inevitable. The question is, do you want digital money controlled by governments and banks, or digital money controlled by no one? If you don't consciously choose now, the system will choose for you, and you will be given CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. And here's what that means. Your transactions tracked in real time, your spending categorized, your account frozen if you step out of line, your purchasing power adjusted algorithmically, your money expiring if you don't use it, your behavior manipulated through programmable money. This is not conspiracy. This is capability. And capability always becomes policy. We already see people losing access to banking, accounts frozen, donations seized, transactions censored, not because people in power are evil, but because the incentives allow it. Humans are humans. We all break under the same pressures. It's not the people we condemn, it's the system. Bitcoin is the first system in human history that returns money to natural law, aligns incentives with truth, restricts corruption, punishes manipulation, rewards cooperation, and anchors civilization to reality. Whether you want to admit it or not, we are moving into a new world. Old systems are dissolving. New ones are emerging. The transformation is already underway. The only question is, will you cling to a dying world, or will you align with the new one? Because this isn't just about money. This is about sovereignty, your future, your freedom, your children, your humanity. Live with awareness. Adapt with courage. Align yourself with truth. Become sovereign.